you doing? Welcome to another vlog. We're shaking things up a little bit today because I'm gonna film like a what I eat in a week style vlog. I've been really enjoying that content on YouTube recently and honestly on Instagram and TikTok as well. I love seeing what people eat. I love getting knowledge on new recipes and flavor combinations and all of that stuff, even though admittedly I am not a huge cook. Like, I will put that disclaimer now. I am not super inventive. I usually follow a recipe when I cook because I am much more of a baker. I'm going shopping today is basically what I came on to say. I have been on a no spend sort of week and a half because I went through a ton of money kind of inadvertently. So I haven't gone to the supermarket this will be nearly 2 weeks. And when I say my fridge is empty, let me show you. Let me show you right now. Ooh, not chip over a chair. This is what we're talking about. And not gonna lie, I'm an awful human being, and all of those yogurts in the back are expired and need to go. So I am very much looking forward to actually picking up food and things that I need for the week. But today we need to go grocery shopping, so I'm going to take you along for that journey, show you a little grocery haul later. It is now something to 9 if I remember rightly. It's 8:40 just about. So I'm going to get going. Greetings from the car. I just finished at Target, where I did spend a little bit more money than I wanted to, but I had to get some like things that weren't food related at Target. I do always come with a shopping list, but you know, you always end up throwing a couple things that aren't on the list in the cart. So that's what happened. But now I'm about to go into Stop and Shop and get mainly produce. That's mainly what I have to get now. So I'm gonna pick that stuff up and then head home. Hello, we are back home, obviously. We did some damage. Definitely spent more than I wanted to in both Target and Stop and Shop. I guess we'll start with Target things because that's where I went first. So chronological order makes sense to me. Chronology. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. But first things first, beverages. We got my mini cans of soda, which I have missed terribly the last week and a half. Also, because I'm a basic biatch, LaCroix. This is the black raspberry one. My favorite is something with guava. I don't know, maybe it's passion fruit and guava, but they didn't have it today. We got some eggs, paper towels, which, why are paper products so expensive? I don't understand. But I was running low on paper towels. I got these yogurts, Noosa? I really like them. They're an Aussie brand, but I got a vanilla bean, a raspberry, and then this is the one I'm most excited about, a strawberry rhubarb, which doesn't have a fun cover, unfortunately. But I love strawberry and I love rhubarb as a combination, so we got some of those. And then I also got some store brand Greek yogurt. And then I bought salt. I've never really been faced with the question between just regular salt and iodized salt, and I had no idea. I kind of blanked. I was like, I'm pretty sure I always use iodized salt. What else? Some chips, because you need a snack every now and then. Some spinach. I prefer baby spinach as my like green for salads. although I don't like it as a side, like as a cooked thing. It's very weird, I know. Got some massive sweet potatoes because one of the things that I'm actually planning to make this week is a sweet potato fajita meal. So that to me is just very simple, kind of throw a few things on a baking sheet in the oven for a few minutes and it's good. And limes, one for the fajitas to add with the sauce that I make, actually using the Greek yogurt, and then also cocktails and just other things. It's really summery and fresh. I know I said that I mostly eat vegetarian, but I thought this stuff would be good to add to salads very easily. So this is a smoked chicken sausage. And then I got this shredded rotisserie, which I've never tried before also. And then one of my favorite snacks, double milk chocolate. It has to be milk chocolate, Milano cookies. And so yeah, that was, all of that came to $67.56. And now the grocery haul, which again, I spent more than I wanted to spend, but I got feta cheese, which I am recently addicted to. I put it on everything. So I got some of that. I got these Wild Wonder tomatoes, which I am also addicted to. And I will just eat these like people eat grapes. It's kind of ridiculous, but I like to toss these in things that I'm cooking. I like to eat them raw in salads. So I needed to get more of that. Got my, which turkey is this? This is the Boar's Head Honey Maple Turkey, which is my favorite turkey of all time. Got these, although I was bummed because they're actually cheaper to buy at Target, but they're the Wee Vanilla and Chocolate Creamy Yogurt. So it's vanilla yogurt with like chocolate shavings in it. I love them because they're kind of like a dessert, but a little more guilt-free dessert. So I got a few of these. Vinegar. Now explain to me how I've lived in this house for over a year now. Actually, my move-in anniversary was 4th of July weekend. I didn't have just regular white vinegar. I had every other vinegar known to man. Rice vinegar, red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar infused with raspberry. This was mostly produce. So some strawberries, sesame tahini. Scoured that supermarket for tahini and could not find it. But I really wanted this because one of the things I'm planning to do this week, which also, speaking of this watermelon, is making a watermelon vegetarian poke, and you need the tahini for that. So I was like, that kind of sounds like the perfect summery dish, watermelon poke. So I got the stuff for that. I got some very ripe from the field of them white nectarines. I feel like I should be juggling right now. Got an avocado because who doesn't love an avocado? Garlic cloves. I'm getting to the stuff that isn't super exciting. Cilantro, scallion, or what do most people call them? Green onions. Cucumber, which I'm annoyed about, okay, because my parents are growing cucumbers and they're delicious, like the homegrown cucumbers. And mom brought me one last week and I ate it and I'm like, why didn't you bring me more? She has like a whole plant that is producing all of these cucumbers and she only gave me one. Some multicolored bell peppers, but that all came to $59.93. So I spent $120-ish on groceries. For me, I don't normally spend that much. I typically spend anywhere from 60 to 90. This is just so much more satisfying. Ignore the KFC. Shield your eyes. So much better. So happy.
So things did not go to plan. It is Monday, and I meant to start this yesterday to be a full week, but I think it's now just gonna be a work week situation. But basically, we got a ton of rain yesterday and my house did not like it. And when I say we got a bunch of rain, according to like the National Weather Service, we got about a ½ inch of rain in about 10 minutes. And my basement got a little flooded and I ended up having a panic attack, and my mother came and we ended up spending the morning sump pumping and then wet vacuuming to get as much water out as possible. And then once I was done with that, I was just so out of it. My friend said that it was probably the adrenaline, that like I literally just vegged out in bed all day. So it wouldn't have been a great day for what I eat in a week. So we're starting today. And it's not super exciting because yesterday the thought of cooking food was absolutely mortifying. So I ordered food, and my lunch today, which is the first meal that I'm eating, because as you will see this week, I'm not much of a breakfast person. Lunch is more my jam, to be quite honest, but I'm just heating out leftover takeout that I ordered, which is pizza, has roasted chicken on it, barbecue sauce, pineapple, which I know is divisive, but also red onions and scallion, so it's slightly sweet. Oh, and pecorino cheese. Can't have a pizza without cheese, in my humble opinion. So I'm just gonna heat that up. But I do think what I'm gonna do is actually start on the watermelon poke that I mentioned today, because it's gonna be a little bit hotter today, and that doesn't require the oven or anything later. It's, I think, just heat, but you do need to marinate the watermelon, so I'll probably do that mid-afternoon during a work break. But for now, pizza is the name of the game. So it has not been a very snacky day. I work remotely, and so usually what happens is once I eat lunch, I just graze the rest of the afternoon and eat snacks. But I had a lot of meetings today, so I didn't have that opportunity. So the last time I checked in with you was the last time I actually ate something. This is the first other thing I'm consuming. It's iced tea that I made a couple days ago. This is like the second glass, and I'm about to go get a third. Dinner's at least cooked, and now I'm waiting because it's supposed to chill for an hour before I eat it. But I decided to try my hand at a sesame and soy watermelon poke. I'll put the link to the recipe in the description box if you're curious, but this is kind of normal for me. I like to experiment with dinner. Lunch is usually fairly predictable. I know what I like. I kind of rotate through and hyperfixate on one particular thing for a few weeks and then switch it up and then hyperfixate on the new thing. But for dinner, all bets are off. I'm always looking for new recipes to try, and this one really caught my eye, because I am a polo pescatarian, which basically means I'm a fake vegetarian because I eat poultry and I'll eat seafood. But what I won't eat and what I haven't eaten in the last 12 or so years is red meat, like beef and pork. So when I'm cooking, I tend to cook vegetarian. I get skeeved out by preparing most sort of raw meats and things. Like, I don't enjoy it. So the fact that you could potentially do a poke vegetarian had me intrigued. And I will say the watermelon, once it's cooked down and kind of caramelized, it kind of does look like chunks of tuna. And it was easy to cook. It was. The most annoying part, like the faff, was that they recommend you marinate the watermelon for like 4 hours or longer.
So I had to make that like immediately after I ate lunch. The actual cooking of it took maybe 15 minutes. But yeah, that's it for now. We gonna relax and enjoy the evening. I was about to say afternoon, the evening. We're gonna enjoy the evening, and then I don't know. Hello, it's Tuesday. I did not eat breakfast. As I said, I am not a breakfast person. However, I have made one of my go-to lunches, especially for the summer, and it's beautiful. I don't know if you can appreciate this in its entirety, but look at it. Oh my goodness. It is really my go-to because it's very seasonal. So I have my little cherry tomatoes, I have half of a cucumber. Both of those I've drizzled with a little vinegar, put salt, pepper, and harissa seasoning, and then I've hard-boiled 2 eggs, and I've added salt, some chives, and then also some red chili flakes. And this is just delicious. It's refreshing. It doesn't require turning on the oven. The stove is on for a minimal amount of time. It's kind of like my perfect lunch. So that is what I'm going to be eating today, while also drinking more of my iced tea. I actually need to make some more of that. I'm trying to be better about the soda consumption. It's my only source of caffeine though. I don't drink coffee or tea. So I'm trying to like use iced tea during the day, and then for dinner I can do a soda. So that's what we're trying to do. But I'm gonna eat this and get back to work, and then I think this evening is just leftovers. So I'll check in then, because I might try to freshen things up a little bit for that. I am looking like a hot mess, and this is a slightly unhinged lunch, to be quite honest. But what happened was I was upstairs in my room working from bed because this week has just been rough with the basement flooding, and then yesterday we were like in flood advisories and just like anxiety over all of that. I was like, I'm working from bed today. That's the plan. So that's what I did. I was working on a press release, look up, and suddenly it's after 12. I don't know where the day went, or the morning for that matter. And I'm hungry. And then I came down here and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make myself a turkey sandwich. Wrong. The bread is going bad. So that's not happening. And what I am literally doing right now is rolling my turkey cold cuts into like tubes, basically. I'm going to cut up some of those tomatoes I used yesterday, salt and pepper them. I have some spicy hot zesty chip pickles, so I'm gonna put a few of those in, and a handful of Lay's original potato chips, and call it a day. Because you know what? Sometimes that's what you do for lunch. Like, you just throw things together and hope it keeps you satisfied until dinner time. I think today I am going to be making the fajitas. Yesterday I didn't film dinner because it was literally the same thing that I had made the day before, because it was leftovers. And the leftovers were good. I will say though, I did not realize that the vegetarian poke with watermelon was going to be so divisive. So in case you are one of those people that is literally the green nauseous face emoji, just know that it was very good. Although I will say, I don't know how that's supposed to be 6 servings, because I did the full thing with 3 pounds of watermelon, because that was literally two plates, 2 meals for me. But tonight is a winner. The fajitas are always delicious. It's not gonna be as hot today. Look at how delicious these are. so I feel okay about turning on the oven for a little while. Also, this is kind of all over the place. But look at my tomato! I grew it! It's the first tomato off my tree, or plant. What is it called? So yeah, it's just been kind of unhinged. The not having bread kind of threw me, because at one point I was like, ooh, I have this avocado, which I definitely, it's getting soft, need to cut into. I can do avocado toast, but alas, that is not the case. I'm just gonna say, there is nothing quite so humbling as realizing your shirt has been on inside out literally half of the day. So in the last clip I filmed, the shirt was inside out. And that's the second time that's happened to me in the last week. So that kind of tells you what sort of week I am having. I am currently in the process of doing my prep work for these sweet potato fajitas. So peeling sweet potatoes. And I'll put the link to the recipe in the description box for you in case you are wondering. This is something that I started making last summer and I absolutely love it. It took like no time in the oven. And most of the ingredients, I feel like, are things that people have in their kitchen anyway. So it is very, very easy to make. I'm going to continue making this food. So we're gonna go over to B-roll and I'll check in a little bit. I'm hoping, because I am adding a little bit more sweet potato to this than the recipe requires, that I'll have enough to kind of do for leftovers for tomorrow and potentially for Friday. Friday I tend to order some takeout, but I think I'm gonna be going out for dinner on Sunday evening, so probably shouldn't do that twice in a week if I'm trying to be like good with my money. But yeah. It is Thursday and I am eating lunch. It's weird because yesterday I woke up and I probably thought it was Thursday until around 10:30, 11 in the morning, and then was very, very disappointed when it was in fact just Wednesday. So today is Thursday. I didn't know what I was gonna eat today, but then I remembered I bought that rotisserie chicken, the shredded rotisserie chicken. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a salad because I just picked my first tomato off my tomato plant. I have a half of a cucumber that I still need to finish. I have spinach. I had the rotisserie chicken. I also had, which I don't really know if it goes with this, but I still had some chopped up cilantro and green onions. So I kind of just threw it in there to make a salad and topped it all off with some pepper and balsamic vinegar. Oh, you know what? I have feta cheese. Oh my God, hold on. Hold on. I'm so excited. I forgot about this. Can I have feta? How can I forget? So I'm gonna add that to it as well. But yeah. That's what's going on right now. Is the chicken the most tasty chicken I've ever tasted? No. So it's probably good that it's now doused with pepper and balsamic and feta cheese. But this is my somewhat healthy lunch for today. Hello.
If this isn't the most like Friday vibes on the planet, I honestly don't know what is. My hair is a mess. I'm in the same shirt as yesterday. Don't at me. We all do it every once in a while. But I'm just like literally sitting on my couch with my work laptop, getting some stuff done. Like I have some YouTube videos on in the background, that stuff. But I figured I'd check in because this is a what I eat in a week, but today's just gonna be a repeat of yesterday, and I didn't want to bore you through all of that again. I ate the same salad I had yesterday, and my dinner this evening is gonna be the same thing that I've had for the last 2 nights, which is the fajitas. I might, if I'm not lazy, maybe make some rice and just put the fajita vegetables on rice. But that's effort, and I don't know if I feel like doing that. But let's be real. When you live on your own, cooking for one, I have not perfected. Like my serving size and portion size just never works. So I end up having leftovers for a few days, which I don't mind because then it means that I don't have to cook more than 2-3 times a week. And that's plenty for me because, as I mentioned, I'm more of a baker than I am a cook. So it's fine. But yeah, that's literally it. It has not been the most exciting food journey this week. I apologize, but hopefully you got some recipe ideas or food ideas from me. But that's it. We're gonna leave it here, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully hit that subscribe button if you like my content, and I'll chat with you later.